Hey y'all, so I am literally just getting out of bed. It is about 2 a.m. I was contemplating making a video and recording a message about something that I can't quite put my finger on. It was something about like the spiritual and my gifts and how things connect, right? But originally it started out with me thinking about telling my story about seeing a ghost in my home that happened the other day, right? And then it kind of went to something else, but it was like similar though, but I can't remember the other part for nothing. And I've been sitting here trying to contemplate and try to remember and ask my guys, to bring it back to me and stuff like that. And I just can't put my finger on that. I don't know. But I'm just going to start off by going with what I do know, which is to tell my story of me seeing a ghost. Now, let me just backtrack a little bit. So lately, I've been seeing like little things out the corner of my eyes, right? I don't know, some people call them like glitches or whatever, but like I'll see little things really quick, right, at the corner of my eye. And then I did see something that my brain initially perceived as a shooting star, but then it was way bigger and it wasn't in the sky. It was just it was just higher above me. It was like a big white ball, and it like flew really quick, and then it was gone. And it seemed like I was the only one that seen it or even noticed it or even cared, because like I was just like in mid conversation talking to my neighbor outside, and I saw it. I looked up like, what the hell? Like, what the hell was that, right? And I'm like, was it a shooting star? Like, I'm having this conversation with myself out loud, but at the same time talking to them, because I was just talking to them, and I look at them and they're just like moving around like like ain't nothing happened, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm just noting it or whatever. So like things have been changing with my gifts. Like I've been able to start to see things. Like I said, it started off with like little things that I would see like in the corner of my eye or whatever that would be really quick to actually seeing something floating above my head while I'm outside. And then the other day I actually saw a spirit in my home. So with that story, I was in the living room laying down, and I happened to glance up and look towards my hallway. Now, how my house is set up, there's 2 bedrooms and a bathroom connected to like this small hallway, right? So when I glanced up, I saw a woman in the hallway walk slowly towards my bedroom. And what I saw was she was white. She had like brown hair. Her hair was like in a ponytail, and her head was kind of like, her head was down. Like she was just walking very slowly and her head was down. And then to me, she seemed depressed. Like the energy was very sad. So as I'm seeing this and experiencing this, I'm like, what the hell is that? Like, what the freak, right? Like, my kids are up, like, we're just chilling in the living room, and then I just look over and see that, right? So I noted it, right? And I was contemplating and thinking about it, and I'm just like trying to be a skeptic, I guess. Trying to what's the word? Find any explanation. Thank you. Find any explanation not to believe, not what I actually saw, right? Even though I am a full believer of spirits and ghosts, or, whatever you want to call it. I am a full believer. I've always been, right? And I've always too, like even me knowing and realizing that I do have a mediumship ability where I can feel spirits, and I have even had an experience where I actually heard a spirit. I still didn't want to see them with my physical eyes. That was just like, nope, cross the line. Like, and I made that known too, like in the spirit. I made that known, like, y'all, you can, communicate, show me yourself in my mind's eye, in my third eye, talk to me in my head, all of that. Like, but as far as actually showing yourself in the physical, I wasn't with it until recently. And I would say probably within a month, I would say I kind of just was like, okay, I'm not going to allow that to, because I already felt like intuitively, I felt like that was where I was headed, or that like kind of is a part of my abilities. And I didn't want to block that anymore. I didn't want that to be a fear of mine anymore, because I definitely was scared. I definitely was like, hell no, I don't want to see no damn spirits. Like, you know what I mean? But recently, like I said, I just kind of was like, you know what? I understand that spirits are only people that have transitioned, right? And there's nothing to be afraid of. So I did open myself up by just saying that, okay, I'm no longer allowing that to be a blockage. I'm no longer allowing that to be, to fear that. So that was my way of just opening myself up to my full mediumship abilities, which is to actually see spirits. And long and behold, the spirit actually presented itself to me, and it wasn't as scary as I guess thought, right? And like in my mind, I was like, what the hell? But at the same time, I just saw 7:07 on the clock. At the same time, it was a comfortable feeling. Like, I don't know, like, I wasn't scared. I wasn't scared as what I thought. Like, when I was like, I don't want to see those spirits. Spirits are going to just be popping up out of, you know what I mean? Nowhere, and I'm good. It wasn't that at all. It was what it was, and that was that, right? So, that was the story. That's the story of what happened to me. And I don't know, like I said, I was sitting here, I don't know, I think it started with a dream. And I woke up and I was sitting here trying to contemplate, and I'm sitting there thinking about the actual dream, right? About what I should be saying. And all of the whole time that this is happening, like, I'm hearing little noises, right? Like, my Bluetooth speaker made a ding sound, and I'm like, okay, what the hell is that, right? And I'm taking note because I'm like, it ain't never did that before. But in my mind, of course, I'm trying to be a skeptic about it. Like, okay, well, maybe my phone just disconnected, or maybe it just was like, okay, I haven't used it in a while because I was using it. It's just going to turn off on its own, and maybe it makes that noise when it do it, right? Because it just did a ding. So that was that. But then I was laying in bed. I was just laying there, and my phone hit the floor. Like, I literally was saying to myself, I was literally thinking about making a message, recording a video, and my phone slid off my bed and hit the floor. And I'm like, okay. Then I literally immediately got up, which probably wasn't the good thing, because I totally forgot. It made me forget everything that I was supposed to be talking about. But it got my attention. So here we are, right? And I'm just going with the flow with it. I'm feeling like I'm going to pull some cards to see if I can get any more messages or energy of what I'm supposed to be doing right now outside of telling my story. It might even be the spirit that is trying to connect to me that I saw, because I also felt like that. I'm like, if she showed herself to me, she may have something to say. And I also, too, I had, let me bring it back. After this experience, after I had saw this spirit, I told my son to go to the bathroom, which is right next to the hallway, right? Which is the opposite direction of where the spirit was. But if the spirit, I'm just going to say it was the opposite of where the spirit was headed, right? So I told my son, I'm like, go potty, right? He's 3. He he starts to walk towards the hallway, towards the bathroom, and he immediately comes back and said, it's a ghost, it's a ghost. Now, again, for all the skeptics and for me to be a skeptic, it was dark. It definitely was dark. And he often calls the shadows, the lights from the cars, casting shadows in our hallway, ghosts. So that could be what it was, but it was just crazy that I just had seen a spirit. I know what I saw. It wasn't in a shadow. It was a full-blown person. But shortly after that experience, then that's what happened with my son. My son said that, and I was just like, oh, wow, 1:55 on the clock. I've been seeing that, like, all day. So that was that. It was something else, too. I can't think of. I don't know. I'm just gonna pull some cards. I'm feeling like I'm just gonna do tarot and see what's up. And since I got into my space, okay, my cards, one of my deck of cards were leaning up against my tarot cards. Now, before I came here, I was already thinking about pulling tarot cards. Not these, but I was thinking about, because I got another deck, but I was thinking about pulling tarot cards. So I thought that was pretty ironic that that one of my other decks was leaning up against this deck. And as I'm opening it, why I say ooh, as I'm opening it, what slides out is the devil. I'm feeling like trapped energy. And again, this definitely could be the spirit that's trying to communicate. Because like I said, she felt her energy, she looked depressed, and her energy felt very sad. So she could have been feeling trapped. And also, yeah. And so I just pulled my cards out, and these 2 cards, I don't even know what this is. These 2 cards was stuck in the box. The Hangman in the reverse and the 4 Swords in the reverse. So the Hangman in the upright is usually talking about needing a new perspective. But if it's in reverse, it's talking about being enlightened. Right? And then we have the 4 Swords. You see my cards all bent because it was weird that they were in that box like that. But we have the 4 Swords here too, in reverse. And upright is usually talking about rest, prayer, meditation. But in the reverse, it may be talking about like being overwhelmed with your thoughts. Needing to rest. I mean, too, I'm looking at I'm looking at the guy too, like it looks like a person in a coffin too. So that could be another sign of this energy of this spirit trying to come through and communicate. So I'm going to leave these ones out. The Devil, the Hangman in reverse, and the Four of Swords in reverse. Yeah, it's like being controlled by the devil, being controlled by toxicity, negativity, dark energies. And I feel like this with the Hangman is like, yeah, I'm feeling like this definitely this energy. She's telling me, she's showing me that this is the energy, this is her energy. Or this was the energy that she was in, this devil energy. Just very depressive energy. And she's enlightening me. Yeah. She's in this dark energy of which confirms what I was intuitively feeling and seeing. And she's enlightening me about her passing. Okay. By the way, I've never did this before. This is new to me, but I'm feeling led, so let's do it. And let me just give a backstory too about this deck. So when I was starting to learn about my spiritual gifts, tarot was definitely, and I should say, I'm not going to say tarot. Being a psychic was definitely one of them that came through heavy. But when it came to tarot, I was again being skeptic because of the beliefs and the limited beliefs that I had around tarot and the beliefs that I was taught and what society tells us, right? About it being evil and dark and negative and how you should stay away from it. Like all these thoughts were in my head. Now, at the time, I was watching tarot videos, right? But I still had that fear around doing it myself. So it took me a year to actually buy my first tarot deck because I had to deal with my own beliefs around it. And in a way, I was limiting my abilities. But I just want to say that because I always think about this with this deck. Like, you know, it took me a while to actually start doing tarot because of my own beliefs and what I've been taught around it. I don't know why I needed to say that, but yeah. Because with tarot, it's not the cards. It's not the cards. The cards are just give me images of and provide the imagery of the energy. But I feel the energy. I get intuitive messages first, right? So the gift is me. The cards is a tool. That's what I want to say. So, that's what I had to understand too. Like, because before I got my tarot deck, I started off with affirmation cards. It was some cards that I was gifted that had affirmation and quotes and stuff on them. And I would like pull cards, that way to receive messages and guidance. And how the moment I knew that I actually connected, or I should say I had that ability, like I knew, like I for sure it was confirmed, was when something's trying to come. Okay. Be patient. Cars flipping. She like, come on. But the moment I knew that I had the ability was when I was shuffling cards. And the cards that came out, something really want to come. The King of Pentacles. Okay, I'm gonna bring that out. 1 second though. I keep getting distracted. Let me bring it back. Okay, yeah. So I was shuffling the cards, and the cards that came out, I was shuffling them every week, and the cards that came out the previous week came out the next week in the exact order. So as I'm shuffling, one card came out, right? Two cards came out that was the same from the previous week, and I'm like, oh, okay, right? And I'm like, as I'm shuffling, I'm like, if this other card comes out, I'm gonna be tripped out, right? And before I can even finish my saying this out loud, the other card comes out, and I was like, OMG. I got the feeling like do. And that feeling was just like, pay attention, like I have connected, right? It was just a confirmation, not necessarily connection, but it was just a confirmation for me that was my ability, and this was a part of my path. But even with that being said, it still took me a year to actually get some tarot cards. Okay, now that is out of the way, story time. This King of Pentacles, like I said, the cards, and maybe she don't want this to come out, but the King of Pentacles showed itself. Like I'm holding my cards, and my cards like keep flipping out, and maybe that's just her way of like, come on, because that's the energy that I'm feeling like, girl. She's, because I feel like spirits, and I just saw spirit on one of my boxes too. Messages from spirit. Wow. Okay. I feel like spirits be, when they come across someone that is open, or have a medium that I should say that is open, because I feel like we all have the ability to talk to and communicate to our loved ones. But when someone that is open to communicating with them, I feel like they get excited, because it's like, when the last time they actually talk to somebody, if you think about it. And hell, I relate to that, because I be solo dolo. I'm a lone wolf, right? So it's like, when I get to talking to somebody, I'm talking. You hear me? So this is the energy I'm feeling. So I'm going to put that King of Pentacles back. Let me see if I can pick up on anything. So the King of Pentacles is like grounding energy. So this could be an energy that she was in before she got into this devil energy. And when I was shuffling, that's the King of Pentacles. And when I was shuffling, the Two of Wands came out. So she may have been in this grounding, stable energy. But there was a decision that she made, or a path that she took, that caused her to get into this devil energy. And the Hierophant also tried to come with this when I just pulled the Two of Wands. Tried to come with the Two of Wands. It's talking about like life lessons being taught. Okay, let's see. What's up, girl? I don't know why I just heard Jessica. That may be her name. What's up? And I had also asked my landlord, I had texted her like, this may be a strange question, but do you know if anyone passed in this house, died in this house? And she was like, not that I know of. And then she asked me like, why did you encounter something? So I told her the whole spiel. And she was like, oh, that's very interesting. I've always been interested in stuff like that. So we have the Lovers and, okay, the Lovers. And the King of Cups. And the Lovers just fell on this devil energy. This devil card. So it might have been a relationship. Possibly a marriage. Because I think the Hierophant also represents like a marriage as well. Because what I said the Hierophant wanted to come out with the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands was a path that she took. A decision that she made to get married. It was a love situation that put her in this depressive energy. Okay. What else? I'm hearing like she was in love. I can definitely relate to that. I can relate to this whole story the whole time. Because I was also in a situation where I thought I found my Two of Cups, my lover. And it ended up not being, of course, and it put me in a very dark space. Depressive energy. I did go through depression. Because you get so wrapped up into the other person, and when you don't know how to love yourself, it's so easy for you to pour everything that you have into somebody else. And when you're pouring everything you have into somebody else, what do you have left for you, right? So that's what puts people in this depressive energy. Because they aren't pouring into them. Their spouse isn't pouring into them. So their cup is literally dry as hell. And they have nothing left. But yet they keep giving and giving and giving. As I'm saying this, the Seven of Pentacles come out. This is talking about putting in the work. Planting the seeds. Waiting for it to come back, waiting for the harvest. So yeah, she was you do that, and she's saying that she was doing that too, like putting in the work in this relationship or in this marriage. And she was sitting back and waiting and hoping for the harvest. And it never came. Because we got the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Pentacles in reverse here at the bottom of the deck. And that just made her very, very depressed and sad. She gave her all. And this story too could help somebody. Not sure why I'm being led to do this, but we got the Temperance in reverse. That's that. You see the cups, how they're pouring into each other. That's how it should have been, but it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that at all. It was more of a one-sided relationship. One person was pouring everything into the other. And then we got the Four of Pentacles. You see how he's just holding on to everything, being greedy. Take, 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 take. The Sun in reverse, unhappiness. This is what she thought, but this is what she got. When there's ain't no sunshine when she's gone. That's what I'm hearing. The opposite of happiness is sadness, which again confirms this dark energy. And two, I'm feeling like when this person would be gone, like she will that's when she will feel I'm hearing worthless. Or when this person left, she felt worthless. I'm hearing she didn't know how to love herself. And she's saying that's what she loved about me. That's cute. That's sweet. Oh, don't make me cry, please. Because I relate. Oh, the kids are starting to wake up. I was trying not to wake them. Is there anything else you want to say? I appreciate you coming to talk to me. I send you love and light. Ooh, okay. Yeah, this kept her up at night. Kept her up in her head and her thoughts. Anxiety. So, I'm feeling led. I'm looking at this box here and I feel like she just may want to close it out with this. With this message here. We cannot change the cards we are dealt, just how we play the hand. You finna make me emotional. We cannot change the cards we are dealt, just how we play the hand. And what she's showing me is that how me and her were in the same situation. We were dealt the same cards, and we had different outcomes. She said, yeah. Okay. I feel like my tears is a part of her energy, and it's a part of mine at the same time. Because I relate so heavy to this, and I know that feeling. Needless to say, I feel like she did end up taking her own life. She said, yeah. And I know how that feels. And as crazy as people may say, like, how can you take your life, over a relationship? It doesn't necessarily be the relationship. It's really about the person. Like I said, when you don't know how to love yourself, it's easy to get wrapped up into another person. And it may seem like it's about this person, but it was really about the lessons that needed to be learned, the valuable lessons that need to be learned, which is to love yourself, to heal any abandonment issues that feel like you had to pour into somebody, that you had to abandon yourself for somebody else's happiness, that you had to sacrifice your own joy for somebody else to be happy. So, we were dealt the same cards, and one life was ended, and another life received a new life. I'm hearing yes, and I'm literally looking at my board here. I literally looked at the yes on my board here. She's saying, yeah. Wow. That was beautiful. It had me all emotional and stuff. All right. So I'm just going to end it with that. Again, the messages all throughout this video. But she wants to end it with, we cannot control the cards we are dealt. We can only control how we play the hand. So play the hand wisely is what she's saying. And what I want to confirm as well, it all depends on how you have a choice. Let's just say that. You have a choice in how you play the cards that you are dealt. And I always try to think on the more positive side. I mean, I definitely understand this energy. I've been there. And one thing about the Devil card, if you can see, those chains on their necks is not really tight. All it only takes you taking it off and walking away. Those chains loose as hell. All they gotta do is take it off and go another direction. And that take off is the choice. Choosing to no longer be in this energy. Choosing to no longer be tied to the devil. And to being enlightened. Having this choice. Realizing this choice. That you aren't really bound for real. You aren't stuck for real. Yeah, you may be depressed. But you can choose a different path for yourself. You just have to decide to do so. Tap into yourself. Pray. Meditate. Talk to God. God will get you out of this. God will guide you. Your spirit guides will guide you out of this dark energy. And I'm speaking from experience. I also, too, wanted to say with the Lover's card, I look at this as the masculine and feminine energy within ourselves. We have both. We are already whole. You don't ever have to neglect yourself for another individual or anything. You have everything you need within you. You are love. Okay? So, thank you, Jessica. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for coming through. Demanding as hell. But I appreciate you for coming through. I appreciate you guys for tuning in and tapping into this energy with me. And on that note, I'm about to go back to bed. Peace. Love y'all. I close it out.